Hey guys, welcome. This is Brad Krantz. Thanks for joining me today for my Monday morning leadership. How do you see yourself? How you see yourself is more important than how others see you. And you're seeing me here now on YouTube. I've just made some updates and kind of brought up to date my YouTube channel. I'm all about adding value through leadership. So I hope that comes through my message. It's kind of a personal message today, sharing some stuff I just read last week. I'm looking to make some changes in my life, jump back in the career world, but I'm getting my topic today from Ron Malhotra's book, Impossible to Fail, talking about your self-concept. And what he's talking about is self-confident concept is how you see yourself physically and mentally, and how you perceive your personality and place in the world. And that's so important. And I really realized it this week in making some decisions of my own and looking to make some decisions and choices. And he notes your self-confidence is critical to success because it's linked to your self-esteem and confidence. Okay, and self-concept affects your behaviors, your thinking, and how you connect with others. You have to understand that your evaluation of yourself will, in most cases, determine how others evaluate you, right? How you see yourself is it kind of goes in a circle. You allow others to see you or talk to you or deal with you in a certain way. And if you see yourself different, others are going to react to you differently. So it's important to determine, how do you want others to evaluate you? Okay. So some questions: how do you see yourself? Are you successful? Do you see yourself as accomplished? Do you see yourself as charismatic, confident, maybe influential? Or do you see yourself as struggling, unhealthy, average, socially awkward? You know, the answers to these are really embedded in our the subconscious part of our mind. And that's really impacted me a good deal of my life. Just probably the last 3+ years have I really dealt with flushing that stuff out and changing my self-concept. You know, he notes it's nearly impossible for people to outperform their own self-concept, right? If you don't think you're worth much, you're not going to achieve much, right? If you think you're just average, well, you're going to get average. And again, average, guys, isn't bad, but keep in mind, I'm just going to use this example here. It's somewhat humorous. Average is the best of the worst and the worst of the best. You've got to really perform to be above average. You know, let's think about how someone would act if they saw themselves as a quote unquote average suburban dad, right? What would they wear? How would they talk? How would they dress? You know, what kind of opportunities would they pursue? And that's kind of what got me this week thinking about making some changes to my life. What kind of risks would they take? How would they act? All these type of things, right? And then turn it around. What if you think of yourself as a high performing? I'm above average. I'm looking to excel. How would I dress? How would I talk? How would I speak? What type of opportunities would I pursue? You know, he notes your self-concept places an invisible barrier between you and our accomplishments. Imagine a person who sees themselves, again, going back to average, applying for a high paid job, right? There's a disconnect there, I think. Imagine a person who sees themselves as unattractive approaching a person they consider more attractive, right? You're kind of tentative, maybe you got your head down, you're not looking at them, making eye contact, all those type of things. You undertake a task that's inconsistent with your self-confident concept, your mind will trigger a mechanism. Hey, you're not worthy of this, but we have to change that. It's really important, and this spoke to me, that before you or I embark on a challenge that's far greater than our self-concept allows, that we work on developing a self-concept that's healthy, that's successful, as well as conducive to, in an alignment with what we want to accomplish. You know, most people are really not aware of their own self-concept, right? Something you got to work on. Self-development, being self-aware, personal development, those are all things that help you to understand this. The good news is you can set or change your self-concept regardless of your age. I'm 61. I'm using my age as a factor. Hey, I can't do it. You know, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. No, that would be an excuse. But we have to look at changing our self-concept to get us where we want to be. And he goes, when you start to build a self-concept that's conducive to who you want to become over time, you will embed that self-image in your mind. And your success, he says, depends on doing this. And I'm taking that to heart this week too, as I look to make some changes. So how do you see yourself? I'd love to hear, how do you see yourself? How have you overcome some of those limitations in your own self-concept through the years? I'd love to hear back, guys. Thanks so much for joining me today for my Monday morning leadership. And as always, have an awesome Monday. Bye-bye.